Don't really see the blue light behind you. Welcome to the Tim Runs His Mouth podcast. I'm Tim Young. There's lots of stuff going on tonight. I don't like the blue light. It really doesn't show behind you.
All right. Well, it's there.
Maybe put it on like the door.
Well,
What do you think?
We'll fix it on the next one.
Oh.
We'll call it a loss and fix.
I like that YouTube just sent me a push notification that we're live, as if I didn't know, on our channel.
Look, they're doing their due diligence.
What are we talking about tonight? The Trump CNN. So here's the thing. The Trump CNN. Let's do this. So the Trump CNN thing. Let's cover this right now. The town hall happened. Then, of course, the House GOP came up with lots of evidence that Biden's family members took money from foreign people. And then E. Jean Carroll. So here's the thing. The Trump town hall is really fun for me. And why I like it is because I personally hate Caitlin Collins. I hate her. She worked for the Daily Caller. I think Tucker Carlson got her job at CNN. You want to talk about something?
That one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. I think Tucker Carlson got her that job. He's friends with everybody. He actually is friends with everybody. And he used to work at CNN. He was the host of Crossfire. Watching her get destroyed by Trump, like literally she couldn't keep up with him at all. And he was prepared for everything. She's so outgunned. I mean, she's used to doing a morning show with Don Lemon, right? So she goes from doing a morning show with Don Lemon and talking to like friendlies to having and this intense interview with the former president, probably future president at this rate. And the crowd was pro-Trump. He came out and they were applauding. I mean, it is, I think we have the clip of it.
Standing ovation, I believe.
Yeah. Let me see here. I've pulled so many videos and I don't know which one is which. When did we get back from our walk?
Like 7:15.
I think this is it.
Happened on that day. You said
that's not it.
I can pull it on Twitter if you want.
No, don't. Is this it?
Welcome the frontrunner for the Republican nomination, former President Donald Trump.
That's a standing ovation. Trump is getting a standing ovation. Now, if you're a CNN executive, when you see this happen, when you see him walk out on stage and get a standing ovation, you say, oh, shit. Right? Because you're planning on like railroading this guy. You think... Also, Caitlin Collins is not their brightest and best. Not by a long shot.
They're not setting their best.
No, she used to whine about me in the Daily Caller newsroom all the time.
That's the only reason
she thought that her stuff was more important than mine, even though my stuff was getting better numbers than hers. So my commentary on the news did better than anything she ever did, news reporting wise. And I have a sneaky suspicion that I will be making more money than her in the next few months because they're going to phase her out after the poor showing she had today.
Do you think that was intentional? Because sometimes they take people like this that they want to push out and they set them up for failure.
I think
they wait for them to hang
I think
themselves.
This is the way. I mean, she is done. She couldn't handle Trump for anything. Hold on. Let's watch the remainder of this ovation.
How are you? Thank you for being here tonight. We got quite a crowd.
Thank you. I hate her so much.
That's the only context in which I know who she is
nobody knows who she is
towards her.
Like when my show first started at the Daily Caller, she emailed the editors and said, and I was at the Daily Caller like 5 years ago or whatever with her. And again, this is somebody who worked for a conservative. Here's the problem in Washington, D.C. Caitlin Collins is someone who worked for a conservative publication and is very clearly not a conservative.
Right.
She was one of their top reporters at the Daily Caller, and she is not a conservative. This is DC Swamp getting a job anywhere that they can get a job. And she took advantage of it. They're still there. They're still at publications like Newsweek and whatnot. You take a look at these people. Look at they're like plants from the left to be in these places. And here she is at CNN. There's no logical world where somebody from the Daily Caller, a known conservative publication that at the time was run by Tucker Carlson, should end up as a big lefty anchor on CNN. Unless this was the plan the whole time, was you're either a rhino or you're faking who you are to get to where you are.
Right.
Anyway, he destroys her in this interview. And I'm so happy about it. Now, when I first started there, she used to email the editors and say that they shouldn't be putting my stuff up. And the editors were like, Tim does really well and he's funny. What do you do? She was doing boring news.
What is she doing? Nothing.
I mean, what is she doing now? She's going to be unemployed because I guarantee. So AOC is complaining about this interview already. Basically, every leftist done with CNN is trending right now. All 17 of CNN's still loyal viewers are
upset about this.
Yeah, they're furious
that they had him on.
Not that they had him on, because the thing is, if you had him on with like a Jim Acosta, imagine being Jim Acosta, by the way. What's going on, Maddie? Imagine being Jim Acosta right now, sitting at home, or Don Lemon. Well, Jim Acosta's still there. So imagine being Jim Acosta, who's still there, or Don Lemon or Brian Stelter, that pig. Imagine them unemployed or sitting it out, watching this second-rate journalist who does your crappy morning show, who's best known for complaining about Don Lemon, of all people, being a misogynist, get railroaded by President Trump.
Do you think that there were better people, more equipped people for this that didn't want to do
Jim
it?
Acosta. No,
but that didn't want to do it because there's no way that any of the people, even if they're better than her, that they go up against Trump and it looks good for them.
No, I think no. Jim Acosta, when he and Trump would yell back and forth. By the way, I'm a soy boy. I'm drinking kombucha. Jim Acosta, when he would go back and forth with Trump, even though they would fight, and I thought Trump would get the better of him, Jim Acosta would hold his own. So if you're in the middle or you're a lefty, you watch it and you go, oh, Jim Acosta won that, even though I don't think he did. I think he knows he didn't either.
Right.
But he got famous off of that, right? So he could at least spar with him. Trump is just, right now, all the clips I've seen is Trump dominating this woman. Poor Caitlyn. And the level of complaints and the level of people who are going to tune out of CNN, they're going to lose a percentage of this is going to be, I bet above 10% they're going to lose of what ratings they have left because of this. She's going to get phased out. She's done. There's no way that Caitlyn Collins continues having a job there. And where does she go from there? Local news. Because there's nowhere else. I can't imagine MSNBC is not going to pick her up.
Well, what's your best guess for why they did this with her then?
They're out of people? I don't know why you wouldn't have Jim. Maybe Trump's team wouldn't agree to have Jim Acosta. I don't know why you wouldn't pull out Acosta for this.
Right.
Who do you have left? Who's left there?
Do you think they wanted him up against a woman?
Maybe for the imagery for excuse me, Trump. No, I'm belching my.
Because I mean, in an ideal leftist world, it would be wonderful if
a woman could hand it to him.
Yeah, a woman was up against him.
A woman really handed it to Trump.
But that's obviously from
not Caitlyn Collins though, because she's a clown.
It's not the case here.
Yeah, no. It fills me with such joy to see her fail. I love every second of it. And here, let's watch another clip of her getting railroaded here. I don't know what this clip is. I haven't seen any of these clips. Yeah, this is really good. He railroads her on everything though. Oh, Wolf Blitzer. Is Wolf Blitzer still alive?
What was that?
Huh?
What?
Is Wolf Blitzer still alive? Is he still at CNN?
I don't know who that is.
You should never admit things like that.
I don't care.
All right.
Not say that.
He has testified.
Here we go. Ready?
Back to what happened on that day.
He
you said
did
you
not
weren't.
Say that.
He has testified that, Mr.
He
President.
did not say that.
But you said you weren't very involved that day. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it, about that speech that happened on the rally.
Am I allowed to say that?
When they went to the Capitol.
Trump is already handing it to her. Am I allowed to say you can come and be a rally? Am I allowed to do that? Be a part of a rally? Here we go.
And they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers. Why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out.
Which is not happy.
He brought exact notes and dates and times of when he tweeted and said things.
That's very good.
Because they knew that she was going to pull this kind of thing. So he was ready. Here we go.
So if you look at on January,
did you hear
you tweeted about 3 hours to?
Sorry, did you hear somebody in the audience laughing?
I don't know.
Listen, I'm going to turn it up.
Laughing,
I'm going to turn it up. No, I'm going to turn it up. Listen to the audience.
So if you look at on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, blowing the narrative again.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Stay peaceful. This was the day before, and this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior, okay? I hope everybody's on Truth.
I disagree on that one, but okay.
If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after, as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there.
Again, hold on. Imagine being Caitlin Collins, who I hate. And Trump is not only responding to the questions, he's brought evidence with him and documentation. He brought receipts of when he said things. And you're sitting there and the crowd is laughing with him and cheering with him. She is going to poop her pants. Like, she's got to be scared to death. She's probably upset that she wore white because she's going to poop her pants. Like, she's going to Biden this. By the way, the difference between a Trump interview and a Biden interview is Trump doesn't have to bring cards with people's pictures on them and then the question and the answer written on them. Trump, I guarantee there was no preparation here at all.
Also, the smell of human feces.
Yeah, here we go.
And we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President, I looked at the same timeline that you did.
I looked at the same timeline you did, and obviously I came up with a different answer. No, he brought the actual response. She had laid this out. She laid out a timeline. He brought the exact, the receipts of when he said things, and she can't handle it.
Well, also, so I haven't seen this clip.
Yeah.
So there's
hold on.
Based off of what she's saying, it seems like there's two ways this can go. One, either she brings up additional information, or everything that she says is opinion.
Yes, he
did no opinions.
No, he brought up actual facts. Other than Truth Social's great.
That was the only one. That was the only opinion.
This guy's been going through deposition after deposition. He knows exactly how to answer a lawyer. She ain't a lawyer. She's just a biased, stupid journalist who is going to be unemployed from CNN. They are going to ice her after this. Her performance, I guarantee you, she's going to slowly start to disappear. She's already buried in the morning show that nobody watches unless they're forced to at an airport. But they're going to bury her. It is a remarkable clip. And she's like, well, I have a different timeline. Hold on here. We can just hear her start to whine.
You didn't report that. You know why? Because it was
We did report it. I was reporting that day.
It was taken down and it wasn't.
But when it was clear.
I did report it, but blah, 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 blah. No. Here's the thing. He brought she stated she stated fake news, right? She stated a lie. He brought actual facts, and she can't handle that.
Well, and she's getting, not to be sexist, but me myself as a woman, I can say this.
She's getting whiny. She's getting whiny.
She's getting a little shrill.
Oh, can we watch that clip again, because I think it's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna watch it again.
Happened on that day.
You said you weren't. Say that.
He has testified that, Mr. President.
He did not say that.
But you said you weren't very involved that day. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it, about that speech that happened on the rally.
Am I allowed to say that?
When they went to the Capitol and
his face, he knows he's going to hand it to her. He knows where this is going. He's got the side eye. He's over it.
Well, and there's a difference between the way that he's holding himself, knowing that he has control over the situation, knowing this woman has no idea what's coming to her. And that is in very stark contrast to how she's responding, getting emotional, getting shrill, because she's completely lost it later on.
She's getting emotional.
Get a little emo.
By the way, I'm going to show this really quickly. This is currently trending on CNN. I put this up. Done with CNN is trending on CNN on Twitter right now. because all 1,300 people who watch CNN are done. And then I'm going to show you this really quickly, and then we're going to go back to the clip.
Did the airports tweet that out? Airports across America are using "done with CNN."
Here you go. CNN should be ashamed of themselves. They've lost total control of this town hall.
The narrative. They've lost total control of the fake news narrative.
Yeah, they've lost total control of narrative. Town hall. Try more. There you go.
Speaking of emotionally unhinged.
By the way, I already have a response to her that's one of the top responses. I have her whining like that. Is that in the live stream? This is in the live stream, right? Yeah, there you go. That's my response to her. So there we go.
A classic.
Thank God I'm not hosting SiriusXM tonight.
Yes, correct.
All right, let's go back in. Maddie Adams says, "Are leftist women ever happy?" No, they are not. Thanks for joining us tonight. By the way, tell your friends, like, share, subscribe. You know the whole thing. Here we go. I want to watch this clip again because it's amazing.
All righty.
We're breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers. Why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did.
Okay, so her lie is it took him 3 hours to tell people to go home. And he goes, "Oh, guess what? I brought receipts."
Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. So if you look at on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly...
Her face. Hold on. Her face. She knows she's screwed.
Yeah. I can just feel like her heart sinking. If there is one, heart sinking into her chest.
No, she's just wanted to be famous. She's just someone who's always wanted
police
to be
and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. This was the day before. And this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior. Okay. I hope.
Which is the only opinion that he gives this entire time. He's literally just presenting facts.
Also, the funny part is, you can tell by him throwing stuff in like that he's not taking this seriously at all. You know, no. He's like, this is BS. I have the proof. I'm super chill because I know I have control of this now. Meanwhile, while he's joking about Truth Social, she's like internalizing the end of her career.
Yes, she's absolutely, yeah. By the way, this is President Trump. This is the Trump I need to show up for 2024. The guy who showed up tonight at CNN's town hall, the guy who just handed Caitlin Collins her ass on national television, the guy who had the entire crowd cheering for him the entire time, the guy who's presenting facts and making jokes, right? But staying on topic and not going too wild. And like literally in the face of someone who clearly doesn't like him, who's pushing a fake narrative. This is the Trump that needs to show up in 2024.
Right.
I don't care who the other people are in the primary when this Trump shows up. When Trump's selling NFTs, it's a whole nother conversation. I'm like upset about it. But this guy that showed up to the town hall, this is President Trump.
I hope everybody's on Truth. If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there. I am asking, and we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful.
Yes, ma'am.
This is, I think,
by the way, I'm pulling clips while we're doing this.
This is a point that I think needs to be focused on more, that he kind of brushed over. But the fact that he had these posts that were about maintaining peace, you know, listening to law enforcement, not doing all of these things that they're accusing him of. And yet all of the social media platforms took down all of that. If there was something out there that was the problem, just like anybody else that gets, you know, their censorship handed to them on these social media platforms, yet they take down the stuff that they think is harmful. Whether or not we disagree, that's usually how it works. It makes no logical sense why, if they actually cared about the public well-being, they could take every other tweet of his down, except for the ones they should have been boosting his tweet everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
Saying remain peaceful. If you care about ending this and not just making it into something that you can milk for the next election cycles, every election cycle that he's involved in, anything he does, they are going to milk this.
Yeah.
And if you actually cared about what you say you cared about, you would have. That should be, the leftists should use that tweet on everything. The left should have that up on billboards. They don't care. They care about using it. They don't care about anybody's safety. It's not some massive disaster. It's not Trump inciting an insurrection like they're claiming.
By the way, Apollo Knows All says the boss is just toying with the mouse. Dude, I got this other clip I can't wait to get to. Let's wrap this one up.
No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President, I looked at the same timeline that you did.
Hold on. We're going to get to something else right now.
But what does she say after that? Do you have the continuation of the clip? Okay.
No, because it just went back and forth. It was nonsense. I don't need to see any more from her. Look, I don't like her to begin with because Trump says the same thing that I would say about her, but I've said much more creative things.
I just want to watch her flounder.
Yeah, here we go. Ready? I just pulled this one. Ready for this one? This is my favorite one.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why you held on to the documents?
I was negotiating and we were talking.
You're a nasty person.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
I love it.
He didn't say woman. He's learned.
You're a
He's
nasty
refined.
person.
He's making it so
you're
they
a
can't
nasty person. I have some more here, by the way. I believe I have some more video files from this. What is this one?
Manhattan jury found that you sexually abused the writer E. Jean.
Okay, I know what this is. Ready? This is the E. Jean Carroll nonsense. Ready?
Sure.
A Manhattan jury found that you sexually abused the writer E. Jean Carroll and defamed her. You've denied this, but what do you say to voters who say—
He looks off to the side. He looks off to the side, and everyone laughs.
That was better than every single reaction content video that gets pummeled on the internet.
Yeah,
he should do that. Someone tell him, get a purple backlight. And
Maddie Adams just said, that's the Trump I love. Same. We're on the same page right now. Here we go.
Disqualifies you from being president.
Well, there aren't too many of them because my poll numbers just came out. They went up.
Hold on, I want you to hear the whole question. I'm sorry I cut that off.
You've denied this, but what do you say to voters who say it disqualifies you from being president?
Well, there aren't too many of them because my poll numbers just came out. They went up. Okay.
He clowns her every step of the way in this. Trump clowns Caitlin Collins, who I hate. I have to keep bringing that in. This is such joy to me, and it has ruined everything. You've got the Lincoln Project guys are saying this is ridiculous, this is terrible. I mean, that's bad when they've stopped their soiree and wherever, Salt Lake or wherever they were wasting their money. They left elementary school parking lots to go watch this at home, and they're upset.
I would say CNN basically just provided more pro-Trump propaganda than pretty much every other conservative outlet.
You know what? Watch that clip. It's a good tweet. Just watch the rest of the clip. Give me some time.
I think I'm the only person in history who had a charge like that. And usually you leave office, you say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to back home. I'm back home to my family and everything. I'm going to be resigned. My poll numbers went up, and they went up with the other fake charge, too. Because what's happening is they're doing this for election interference. This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I had a picture taken years ago with her and her husband, nice guy, John Johnson. He was a newscaster, very nice man. She called him an ape. Happens to be African American. Called him an ape. The judge wouldn't allow us to put that in. Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow to put that in. All of these things
she's a lunatic.
Yes.
She's a lunatic. Yes. This person is a lunatic. And that was allowed to go forward. This is insane. It's insane. CNN just provided more positive promotion of Trump than basically every conservative outlet has to this point. I'm going to say tonight.
Oh, I can't do that. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Remember when that used to just be A-okay? But now, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up on Reddit.
I mean, it's so good. It's so good to this point. I mean, it is Maddie Adams. Dude, can you believe that that's what they named her? She named her cat that?
Vagina.
I mean, let me see if I can pull this tweet really quickly. This video, actually, I can't pull it because if we show it on YouTube, they'll slap us because she talks about the R word and how it's positive. She's a loon, though. She's a loon. And yeah, you get what you get. I'm so excited about all of this is so delightful to watch.
He needs to debate.
I want him to debate. I want him to debate Ron DeSantis.
He needs to debate everybody.
Yeah.
I understand that what they're saying is there are concerns about who's, leading the debates and it being rigged against him. But this is rigged against him. This is CNN.
Yeah. Yep.
This is them trying to put him in a corner. They're trying to stump him. They're trying to control the narrative and frame him in a negative light.
Yep.
The story's already written. They think they can just sit him down and that he'll willingly take part in that. But that's not who Trump is. And this is what's disappointing. And people are saying he's only not wanting to do the first debate, but there's a little bit of a confusing messaging around the people who are around him and what they're saying, because a lot of the messaging from the MAGA influencers are saying, well, he just shouldn't debate because he's the rightful person for the job.
He should debate because it's great television and it shows even more. It makes him stronger. If he whoops everybody in a debate, it makes him look so much stronger.
And I don't think that, so it makes the other side, people who don't support Trump or who are wary of it, it makes him look weak if he does not. And I don't think that he has any reason to be afraid of debating anybody.
Yeah.
That is where he thrives, is in debate, in opposition, in overly serious environments, because he just does it with ease. There's nobody else on that stage. There might be people that, they attract a different audience, but there is no such thing as Trump other than Trump. You don't come close. You have him up against all of these politicos, these politicians who are refined, who have their talking points down. That's not what Trump has to do.
No.
That is not why people like Trump.
Yep.
There is no loss of him showing himself up there, which shows in this.
Apollo Knows All makes a very, very good point here. She had someone talking in her ear telling her to interrupt / stop him when he was scoring points. And then she still failed. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about that. I'm going to tweet that one too. Take it away, Alex. Take
it away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my long rant.
Oh, really?
I mean, I feel like it. But yeah, so I'll just go back. I'll give a little bit of personal history while you're doing that.
Yeah.
I was super anti-Trump in 2016. I was a liberal. I was a Bernie supporter. I grew up in Burlington, Vermont. That was pretty much a rite of passage at the time. It was that election and how the Democrats handled that Bernie Sanders was such a threat to them. That turned me off from the Democrat Party, but then I was, more of an independent. I definitely wasn't on the Republican side. And I feel like there's a lot of people who, and we talked about this yesterday, about how there's no way for Trump to have a fair trial because everybody is so opinionated on Trump. But I think that there is such a correlation between hatred and love, and that's why he's in that position. He's not somebody that garners a nuanced opinion at all.
Yeah.
And so while people are like, oh my gosh, how did you go from being like a leftist and democratic socialist to being a Republican? And it's like, well, first of all, I was highly uneducated about anything I was calling myself, any of the terminology I was using. The left is much better at messaging, especially to a younger audience than the right is. But as soon as you open up where you're getting information from, you start not just consuming headlines and short form content, but you open it up to actually, like, what changed me on Trump was not headlines, was not news outlets, was not one single video. It was watching his speeches, watching his work, like going directly to the source. And this is what's so funny is they're talking about J6. They're like, oh, well, you did this. And it's like, it was 2 years ago. If anybody was actually paying attention to this timeline, what Trump said is not news. He's not breaking any news.
Yeah.
But people have been so plugged in to just what the left is saying about it and not actually looking to Trump to form an opinion about Trump, not really looking at everything in its entirety. And so in turn, that makes to CNN's audience this seem like breaking news.
Yeah.
And it's not. If you were paying attention, everything Trump just said, you knew 2 years ago.
Yep.
1 year ago? What year was it? It was 2020.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago.
Yeah. I'm making, by the way, Apollo, thank you so much. He or she said, glad to help.
Mhm.
You did actually help quite a lot. So I'm so excited about this. So I'm going to take, this is how we're going to do. We're going to make some magic here. I'm going to take the video of him saying, "You're a nasty person." And I'm going to put it with the tweet that Apollo just gave me, which is, put it in perspective. CNN town hall host Caitlin Collins had a team of producers, researchers, and directors in her ear to team up against Trump, and he still made her look like a clown.
That's great. Good job. This is why we stream.
This is literally
content ideas.
And then I'm going to cut down. You can hear me editing right now. I hope that, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to edit this live.
That tweet just did better than my tweet in a minute. That's 231 likes.
Oh, really? In a minute?
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow, it almost looks like your engagement is back up. Tim, this used to be like a normal night. We don't know what's happening with Twitter. We're not of the same opinion of Trump that Truth Social is better, but
yeah.
Which I think that it's pretty obvious that's tongue in cheek that he's saying that, which I think is something else to consider. Like he has to say that.
What?
that truth is the best.
Oh, yeah,
I think he knows it's ridiculous to say.
Yeah.
The app doesn't even work.
Yeah, of course.
But
my
dude,
computer's
your engagement's been shit.
It's been, I don't understand. I literally don't understand what's happening there. But I got to put my little logo on the corner.
Wow.
That's how we do this.
I'm jealous that my tweet suggestion is not the top one, but I'm proud of both of y'all.
But yeah, no. Thank you, Apollo, for that. Because I mean, this is what's going to be fun about this. Is like, there we go. And we don't have a big team, so there's lots of people who do these.
You are the team. The viewers are the team.
You guys are our team. So thank you so much. Oh, thanks. No, Apollo said much better wordsmithing by me. Thank you so much. No, it's dude, 368 in like 4 minutes. That's gonna be the tweet of the night, by the way.
Somebody said I hope the I heart sticker on Tim's laptop is I heart Alex. It's I heart road microphones.
I need to change my stickers. Also, by the way, I have Jesus on there. There's Jesus. I saw that. Yeah, and then amen above that. Yeah. And then I need to change my stickers out. I had the coffee shop down the street had like a unicorn stupid thing, and I just threw it on my computer the one day.
But I think the best one that you didn't read,
Martin
I
House?
love this one. No, the only one that's kind of applicable to our topics on stream. Consider the possibility we are led by idiots. That's so good.
Oh yeah, no, that's some sort of libertarian sticker to Couplins. It's amazing,
I like that.
Right? Yeah. Now, what we have to do to post. See, we're going to go through the stages of reels. I'm very excited to go through stages. No, but this was really good. I mean, look, here's the thing. We could talk about the other topics, but I don't want to because I think watching Trump like eviscerate someone I don't like fills me with such glee. And he's earned my vote.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
As manager, Alex. Take your tweet about even the one that you have pinned.
Yeah.
Copy the links, reply to that tweet that's going crazy and say, we're discussing this live, tune in and put it underneath.
Oh, look at you.
I know. Look at me.
But I have to, dude,
it's
the thing
like
is these,
for a living.
The thing is these links I have to redo, I think.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking terrible.
Why?
Because that's how this thing goes.
The links work for me.
Alex, when you copy it and paste it, it doesn't come over.
Oh, really? That's weird.
It's not. It's junky. It's just how things go. So now you're gonna hear. I gotta turn that down. So can you read some of the please?
Apollo says unpaid interns. Well, at least we're nicer to you guys than some people with unpaid interns.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. But yes, if you guys are here and you've not, whether you're on YouTube or on Rumble, please make sure that you follow. Also, if you're on Rumble, if you use YouTube but you just prefer Rumble, if you could do us a favor and still go subscribe over there, because here's our mentality. We want to support a free speech platform, but we also want to get our content out in front of people that aren't getting this perspective. And I think conservatives fall into this trap where we think, hey, let's put ourselves in a box where the people that are the platforms we're on only all support what it is that we support. And that's great. But when you're talking about messaging and content, it's a little bit different than when you buy a product, because messaging and content is how we shape people's opinions about what's happening in the news. So if you are passionate about these issues, please go and support us on YouTube as well, and on other social media platforms that aren't as conservative friendly. You know, they can come and kick us off, but for the time that we're allowed to be on here, we want to be able to make sure that people have these different types of opinions, instead of just moving everything over where the general public who, you know, might not be on our side but may be interested in listening, that they're able to see that content. So that's at least my perspective. I won't speak for Tim, but
no, I'm with that. I'm with that on that. So yeah, no, here we go. What a clown show. What a clown face show.
Wow, look at you. You little.
Or should I just put Trump won again? That'll be the title. Trump won again.
What are you doing?
That's the title of the reel that I'm posting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm doing all of this at the same time. We're doing like all sorts of live. Again, we don't have a big social media team. It's just us hanging here.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. He negotiated with Xi to get Americans better deals, real people of consequence. And this talking head kept interrupting him. And he patiently sat there and took it. Now he enjoys this. He enjoys sitting there, and like he knew he was going to dominate her. I mean, that's where this went. Like he knew he had the facts are on his side, and he just laid it out, man. Mm-hmm. So what an enjoyable time. What an enjoyable time tonight, huh?
What a night. Well, it's crazy because we are 47 minutes in.
Yeah.
We started a little late, probably 40 minutes in. And we have so many topics, dude.
Well, we're not going to cover them. We're just not going to get to them. That's where this goes.
Yeah. Let's just do a quick overview.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we kind of prefaced the Hunter Biden stuff. Okay, so here's the point that I want to go into on the Hunter Biden situation and George Santos, because I think that it's a very interesting line of events here that happens, that all of a sudden they charge George Santos with all of this
stuff. At the same day. It just happened to be on the same day. But let's keep. I just want to talk about the Trump thing.
I just wanted to make that one point.
Yeah,
since it's in the title.
It just so happens that but people are here. Like if they're coming in now, they saw the tweet, and I'm very excited about that, and I'm glad that you're here. But I mean, I just want to keep spiking the football, because we haven't had a lot of footballs to spike lately, and it fills me with such joy that Trump destroyed this woman tonight, and really destroyed CNN. Let's be real. He took out CNN tonight. That was their remaining fan base is just you've got to be just demoralized, right? I'm doing a hard copy of it too, by the way. The tweet. I'm doing 2 for Instagram.
Good.
Doing the reel and that. It just fills me with such joy. What else other than Santos? So the Biden stuff came out today, right? And like
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter. And well, not Hunter, it was the whole family.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They listed everybody who was in the family. And we have that. Don't we have that clip?
Matt Clayton said, "Love your tweets, Tim. One of my favorite follows by far."
Oh, thank you so much. Nice, I'm glad that you get to see them still. I mean, that's really what the I mean, there's so many people who like back in the day, I was getting 100,000 like tweets regularly, and then all of a sudden it went away. I don't think Elon's
It used to be when you would retweet me, my engagement would be higher than yours is right now, which is insane.
Yeah. Well,
sucks to suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, this is good. Look, we had a nice host to audience interaction.
I love this. No, I love this. I love this so much. And there we go. And then I'm going to put my phone down here and get back to not being a jerk. There we go. All right. So yeah, no, if you like our stuff, by the way, like, share, and subscribe. And like Alex said, like, you may not like YouTube, but if you give us the subscribe over there, it lets us monetize. And so that's the idea. We need to get to 1,000 followers there, which I think we will. I think we're doing pretty good. But I want to show you guys something. I'm going to pull this clip up. It's going to take a second because, again, I'm slow in the uptake on these. But I wonder how many people broke their TV. I wonder how many leftists broke their TV tonight watching this thing. But it was a ton. I bet it was a ton.
But
So, okay.
but is anyone even watching this, or did somebody pay? Like, I would, if I was another news outlet, I would pay for that hashtag to go viral. I would get a bunch of bot farms posting that out, because who watches CNN? I mean, I guess it's the people that still wear masks alone in their car, and then airports. But like, outside of that, who is there and who is tweeting?
Yeah, no. Nobody. All right, here we go. So I want to show you guys this. This is the House GOP today announcing all the people in El Biden's family who apparently took money from foreign nationals through shell corporations. Go ahead.
Joe Biden's son, Joe Biden's brother, Joe Biden's brother's wife, Hunter Biden's girlfriend, or Beau Biden's widow, however you wanted to write that.
That was kind of savage. Also, by the way,
This is dark.
By the way, Nancy Mace is standing next to him. Don't trust Nancy Mace. She's like the worst. She's not. I wouldn't call her even a rhino. She's like worse than a rhino. All right, go ahead.
Hunter Biden's ex-wife, Hunter Biden's current wife, and 3 children of the president's son and the president's brother. So we're talking about a grandchild. That's odd. Most people that work hard every day, his grandchild doesn't get a wire from a foreign national or anything like that.
There you go. I thought that was pretty good, but here's the thing, and this is where I'm frustrated with Republicans just in general, right, in the House. So how much more evidence do you need before you file articles of impeachment? Can I just ask, if you guys are out there watching this right now, just got, like, how many pieces of evidence do they need? What do they need? What did it take to impeach Trump? What did the Democrats work with? Nothing. That guy that looks like an adult Cabbage Patch Kid, Alexander Vindman, had he violated his top secret clearance and leaked a perfectly fine phone call. And I know not to use Trump's words on that, but it was a perfectly fine phone call. And they impeached him on that and a bunch of nonsense. So, like, for me, I'm watching this and I'm like, you guys now have, they've had the laptop. Now they have this. Where are the articles of impeachment? Where's the impeachment? Why has there been no movement whatsoever?
Well, and also, can you imagine if there, throughout the timeline of all of this information, not just all of this, but the entire timeline of information that we've had about Hunter Biden, it's so blatantly obvious how corrupt this family is. If Don Jr. even sneezed in the wrong direction, they would have used it as an excuse to impeach Trump.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest success that the leftist media has had, one of their biggest successes throughout the arc of, Trump's presidency and the aftermath, and then into Joe Biden's presidency, is that they have successfully kept so many people in the dark with their information, because that is such an easy, when you have that information, even not all the information, it is so obvious to see the hypocrisy with that.
Yes.
So the fact that more people don't support Joe Biden because of all of the stuff that's happening with his family, you cannot honestly believe that this is all separate from him. They just outlined why. But even if you were to give Biden the benefit of the doubt, maybe he doesn't know anything that's going on here. Yeah, because that makes sense. Even if you were to say that, they would still get rid of anybody else, any Republican, not just Trump, anybody. But they need for him to sit up there, to be somebody who everyone's okay not seeing, everyone's okay with him not answering questions, not talking to the press, not being cognitively there, because that's how they remain in control.
Yeah.
Because they want a puppet. So they're going to protect their puppet.
By the way, did you see that I learned a new trick?
Yeah, no, I just saw that and I was like, wow.
I love these tweets, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for participating in the chat tonight. I really do. Oh, by the way, here we go. I do like this combo of ready for this one. These are comments from earlier. Do you think Tim will run his mouth? It seems likely. I like it when people ask a question and then answer their own question. It's my favorite thing. What are they doing? Nothing. Yeah.
That's one of our catchphrases.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Nothing.
So there we go. I can do that now.
Wow.
No, this is really fun. I really
Look at
enjoy
you.
this. Yeah, no. Yeah, there we go. Hey, hold on. This is a good one. Apollo knows all. Don Jr. had days of congressional on the record under oath testimony on Russia. When will Hunter and James be in for questioning? And when will Republicans use the power they have to do more than tweet? Ooh, I don't know. They do use their power to fundraise. They might go on Hannity. Oh, Republicans, they got lots of information. So they're going to go on Hannity and then they're going to write a strongly worded letter and then they're going to fundraise and they're going to say they're going to get to the bottom of it. Ooh.
Here's what this comes down to. If you have a problem and you solve it, you then can't pitch that you need money to solve the problem.
It's true.
There is money in failing. These people are not incentivized to win.
It's true. It's true. That's a thing. I'm incentivized by my allergies right now. My ear popped.
Well, I'm going to say, while you're popping your ears.
Popping bottles. Some people on live streams pop bottles. I'm popping my ear.
There's a lot of new people on Rumble right now. So if you guys are watching, make sure that you follow along. Tim's comedy special is airing on Saturday on here exclusively first. So that will be very good. I saw it. I was there live. It was very funny. I had never heard it. He doesn't like to practice things out loud before. So it was all in his head and it was very funny. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so follow here. If you don't have a Rumble account and you're just watching, it takes 2 seconds to make one. So follow along, YouTube as well. Welcome to everyone that just tuned in. I'm glad I had you send that little tweet.
I'm very excited to number one. So on Saturday night, if you guys aren't doing anything Saturday, I think it's going to be 8:00 when we air it.
Or even if you are, cancel it.
Yeah, cancel it.
What are you doing? Nothing.
But you should come see the special. We're editing it now. It's really hard to do. So we wanted to get it down to 45 minutes. And right now I have 72 minutes. So I'm going to cut 30 minutes. And it's really hard because I don't know if you heard me today, Alex, probably not because you work up here all day long. But when I was editing in the living room, I laughed out loud at actually like two things, which I never do. Probably because I totally forgot what I said on stage.
I was cracking up.
Well, yeah, but you're paid to do that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm behind the camera.
No,
I'm not picked up by the audio. Nobody knows if I hate it or not.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But no, it was so much fun to do. And we have about a half hour of it edited so far. And I don't even know. I mean, the cutting is going to be, actually, it's not hard to cut. There were a couple bombs. I had a couple that just didn't hit. And so that'll be easy to cut. So I'll cut at least 6 minutes.
I'm going to get a little personal for a second.
Okay. Do you have to poop?
No, I'm a girl. I don't poop. I'm going to get a little personal in my pitch for why people should watch this. I'm gonna, maybe get a little bit emotional, but I will just say this. While I was filming there, the sound guy was next to me. His stoner girlfriend was a massive lib and kept heckling Tim, and I had to give death stares the entire show, and it was miserable. And this guy knew. He knew that he kept whispering to his little lady and telling her, you have to shut up, I think. But I was not angry, Alex. Yeah, because so my point is this. If I had to sit through that, well, I'm trying to enjoy a comedy show. If I had a death stare,
well, you guys won't have anything. You don't have to deal with anything.
Then please make it worth it. Make it worth my agony and tune in on Saturday.
I think it'll be really fun. And you guys will enjoy it. And it's a free show. We're not charging. I think when Russell Brand did his comedy special, they charged for it, and we're not going to charge for it. So it's fine. It's good. We charge for it when you come live, but not when we're doing it on the internet. Yeah. So tonight again, let's do this again. I want to do because I was so excited about these clips.
Somebody said, if you're just here to hate Republicans, you are going to have a bad time on Rumble. We hate everybody.
But also, like,
we hate,
I don't.
We hate Republicans who aren't doing anything
Wait, hold on.
that they said that they would do.
Wait. So this person thinks. So again, whoever this commenter is, what's their name?
Dual Helix. I can't tell if they're responding to somebody in the chat or us. But...
Okay, well, if it's us, I'm going to say this: Republicans aren't doing shit right now. They are presented with. They have so much evidence against the Biden family. They have so much proven evidence. And today they had another press conference naming all of the people who received foreign money from shell corporations, allegedly. Where are the articles of impeachment? I'm tired of hearing about it. I was told by multiple Republicans publicly that they would be filing articles of impeachment as soon as they were elected, as soon as they took over the House. So I want to know where the impeachment is. You can't continue over and over again. There's every week, multiple times a week, we're having a carrot dangled in front of us by the Republicans who are saying, we've got this evidence, we're moving forward. Okay. What is moving forward? I don't want another strongly worded letter. I don't want to see Hannity appearances. I don't want to see tweets, mean tweets from people other than Trump. I don't want to see mean tweets from people. I want to see action. Americans want to see action. We're not in a position where we can screw around with this. I want to see something done. So why is nothing being done? Because ultimately, when you have Republicans just talking about what they have and doing nothing with it, they're not doing their job.
Well, and also there's nothing more pro-Republican than wanting Republicans to not be manipulated and having their money taken for people to not do anything other than make themselves media personalities. This person's response to your answer was, Republicans are not in charge of the legislative branch. It would be a waste of time because the courts are bought and sold. Your response, Tim?
It's a waste of time to impeach Biden. Really? It's a waste of time to move forward and make that a primary story when the media won't cover it.
Especially heading into the next election.
It's a waste of time for them to, it's a waste of time for them to move forward with the promises they literally said.
Well, and that's why. So this is the issue too. If there's no point in it, then why are we electing Republicans that are saying that?
Then why are they bothering? Then why are they even bothering to investigate these guys? Wow, we investigated them. Now what? Nothing? Cool. Let's go to lunch.
But also,
time for a vacation.
They were not able to kick Trump out of office. They impeached him twice. They weren't able to kick him out of office. It still had a major impact on public perception.
Make the Democrats dance the way that they tortured Trump. Make them do the same thing. This is take no prisoners. I'm tired of people who are saying it's a waste of time or be nice. That the time for being nice has passed. They have it is so ridiculous. Here we go. This is from Apollo. They used double hearsay and spliced edited out of context video from Republicans to impeach Donald Trump. Today, we saw bank records of shell corporations who sold nothing and got millions in exchange for what? And you have to use the levers you have. You do. They should do it. They should move forward with this. This is a no-brainer to me. And I'm really excited that I've learned how to put comments on the screen.
I know, it's very nice. Well, that's the reason we live stream, you guys. And even if people disagree with us, like, it makes a more colorful conversation. But we want the viewers and all of you to be part of it. And that's why, we're not just saying, subscribe and get notifications for when we go live next. For us, it's like, we want you guys to have a platform where, and hopefully this will grow into something, something larger, and we want you guys to always be a primary part of that.
I really love it. That's why I do this. Is why I like hosting SiriusXM. I mean, I don't get paid. You guys may not know this, but I don't get paid shit to host SiriusXM. They don't pay me very much at all. So I really do it for the conversations. If you guys ever hear me on SiriusXM, I fill in for David Webb. Actually, I'm in next week, I believe, for him. So it's 2 weeks I'm in for him.
I was going to say, oh my gosh, are we that far into
No,
May?
I'm just out of it. You know that. But I'm here. I literally just really enjoy the conversation with you guys. I like entertaining you and I like doing my thing. And I'm shocked that I ever became a thing, but I'm glad that I'm here and it's really, really fun. It's fun. Did we pull any other clips? I mean, is there anything else ridiculous that happened today? So by the way, while that happened today, and we'll go back to what you were bringing up. Oh yeah. Oh boy. But hold on. But while that happened today, while the Republicans were listing the Biden names today, I'm going Ricola, by the way. They're not.
Oh my gosh! If this was Sirius XM, people would be calling David Webb to complain about you.
Say that I got something in my.
Tim's whining about his cold.
I always liked it too when I would drink iced coffee and people were like, "You're drinking." I'm like, "No, sorry."
Stop chewing. Why are you eating?
As much as I would love to drink at 9 a.m., I don't do it. While this happened, George Santos just happened to get arrested today at the exact same time. And guess what? The media is talking about all day long.
George Santos.
George Santos. Not all this evidence from House Republicans. Amazing how that happens, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. I'm just so.
I want to go back to the point, back to this. Should we do something? Because the conversation happening in the chat on Rumble is basically about how the system is rigged against us. So why try? And the conversation back and forth is, should we try? Should we see if we can make a difference, or should we have this kind of defeatist attitude where we say why even bother? And I will say this. Conservatives have to get very real about the fact that if we take ourselves out of institutions that are rigged against us, we will never have any chance to win ever again.
Yep. Here's, by the way, I want to show you guys this. This is another topic that we can talk about tonight. It's a fun one for me. There you go. Dianne Feinstein is back in the old Senate.
Feinstein having a good time.
Now, who would you rather have as a senator? Would you rather have Dianne Feinstein or Fetterman? I'd say Feinstein.
Herschel Walker.
Okay, but of the people who are in, would you rather have Feinstein? Who do you think is better? Who do you think is more capable? Who is more capable of being a senator? The 90-year-old Dianne Feinstein or John Fetterman? Dianne Feinstein.
I mean,
Feinstein.
She understands English.
Yeah.
The English language.
Yep. Maddie's with us too. Like, how I can do that. God, I love this. I love this chat thing. I love that you guys are participating. Thank you for hanging out with us all this time tonight, by the way. But I just love that I can pull up chat. Like, I think it's Feinstein. 90 years old, but again, she knows how to read and write, and she can function. And she also, crazy thing here, she suffered through shingles, which is very painful for old people. And look, I don't like any of her policies, right? Nor do I like Fetterman's, but at least like she knows where she is. But she also wore appropriate. She didn't show up in a hoodie and gym shorts to work today. When you choose your fighter, who do you want?
Neither. I'm not even entertaining that.
Yeah.
It's fun, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think that this is a really big problem that we have. And so there's a big argument that's been going on, especially since after the election, where, there are some Republicans that blame candidate quality and others that say, we can't shout candidate quality because the Democrats are able to elect, these people who literally cannot function or who have all of these skeletons in the closet. They are able to get people passed that Republicans cannot. And I have a little bit more of a nuanced opinion on candidate quality, because I agree that all of the points about election reform that Republicans make when they're saying that argument is correct. That the action items are absolutely correct in the stop shouting candidate quality circles.
Yeah.
My problem with that, though, is that I don't think that we should say that we shouldn't care about candidate quality or write that off, because we have to understand that the state of the elections aside, when it comes to public perception, especially amongst young people, about who Republicans are, what we stand for, the media has successfully skewed Republicans to basically, they see it as the good versus evil. Both sides are coming at this as a good versus evil, from a good versus evil mentality. And if we want any hope at reaching young people to think, Republicans aren't just these crazy, evil old people that want to take my rights away, we have to seriously consider candidate quality. We cannot keep putting up young people that all they see is using their election and their fundraising dollars to make themselves media personalities so that they can then be put on a second-rate conservative news program.
Oh, look at you. Who are you talking about?
I don't know. It's honestly, it could be anybody.
It's somebody who's really specific, and we're going to bring her on the show at some point and just like I'm ready to go. I'm so tired of people using the system like you are.
But I think when we talk about, and this is where, like, I don't understand how the messaging about the culture wars and the elections and all this stuff, our messaging is so disjointed. Because when we talk about one thing, then, the next talking point comes up and then we completely abandon everything. There's no cohesion between our points at all. And when we talk about election reform and candidate quality, just because we're talking about candidate quality and there needs to be election reform, those things are not mutually exclusive. But here's what's happening. You have a consulting firm over here that wants to push candidate quality.
Yeah.
Then you have a consulting firm over here that wants to push election reform. It's not because those things are mutually exclusive. It's because this consultant firm and this consultant firm hate each other. And so they don't want that messaging to succeed. This is the battle that conservatism has right now and the Republican Party has.
Yeah.
It's just personal. And a lot of people, they care about getting the win within their own personal circles. People who nobody on the outside, the average American voter has never even heard of these people or even understands that this is a dynamic.
Yeah.
Fighting. And so when you see stuff on Twitter and you see this battle over the language that we use as a movement, more times than not, it's just personal. And it hinders us from getting anywhere.
It is. Hold on.
Thank you. Can you play my favorite sound though?
The Blackpink sound. Okay, hold on. I didn't think that. I didn't think the applause would keep going that long.
Sensory overload.
I've never played the applause that long. Oh. Yeah, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to have that's another episode. We're on fire. No. I'm with you on that. I have nothing to add. I just wanted to hit the applause button because it was so good.
Wow.
By the way, if you are in, I want to thank you. We're hitting high numbers for ourselves on Rumble tonight. I was very excited about this, and I'm glad to be on Rumble. I'm glad to be on YouTube as well. Make sure that you subscribe and like and hang out. We get to be here all the time. Yeah, she is very wise for her age. Yes, correct. Alex is teaching me a lot this evening. Oh, dude, let me tell you something. Fudge pudding, which might be Joe Biden, one of Joe Biden's favorite snacks. By the way, there were a lot of chats coming through here. Great chats tonight. Thank you guys so much. Alex has been inside politics working with influencers. You guys may not know this, but she actually helped create the Turning Point influencer program. And she's gotten to deal with everyone that's come through that. We're not going to knock the program because it's a great program.
But I actually think this is the issue is that
I'm qualifying you here. Hold on. Give me a second. We're not on the issues right now. I'm qualifying your ass. All right. So she understands what's going on with that. And then, of course, I've been in politics and I've dealt with these a-holes directly for so long that and have dealt with the legalese of them and have had meetings with them. A lot of the good ones have come to me for advice and whatnot. And I've advised just about everybody known to man. Mm-hmm. So Alex comes in seeing a lot of people come up through the system, and I'm there at the results of the system. And that's why she and I get along 98% of the time when we're not on walks, right? And we start yelling at each other about stupid things. But she is very, very wise. You would not think, again, like my friend Jillian Anderson, who's like goofy. Sometimes you write people off because they're attractive. Mm-hmm. She's one of the few people, I think, and few women on the conservative side that has she's like a total package. Is this Al? Mm-hmm. And that's why, hold up your ring there. Make sure you. Yeah, there you go. That's why I did that.
My nails are. I don't do my nails.
That's fine. Yeah, maybe you should. No, I don't care. I don't want to smell nail polish.
No, I think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of time. And if people are staring, I feel like when you have nails, this is so off topic. When you have nails, people are staring at your hands. I don't need people staring at my hands, so I don't need to draw attention to them. Yeah. Anyway, but my thing with that I think it's important to note about working with influencers, because the different kind of aspects that
Hold on. Sorry, can I do this? No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
The different aspects that I've been around, it's insane because a lot of people do get their news from influencers.
Which is unfortunate.
At least on social media, which is the primary place that people get news. But usually you're getting you're getting your news from personalities that you like, because it's what we try to accomplish here is it's community building. People would rather get their stuff from somebody, whether they're good or not, that is a person instead of a news outlet. So influencer marketing is super successful at a future time, we'll go into how the Biden administration has completely weaponized that and how Democrats are. When we built the Turning Point Ambassador Program and Influencer Program, nobody in the conservative movement had done that before. There were and there was a lot of people that came after that. And influencer marketing has definitely grown, and people have started to see the need. But I work with a lot of other people that do influencer marketing in this space as well. And, the struggle is trying to communicate the value to people who are kind of stuck in their ways about things. So no matter what people's opinion is on Turning Point, they did something that they brought over that they knew Democrats were successfully doing, and they knew it was going to be a massive influence in the future of what we needed to do to take part in the culture war.
Okay, can I interject?
Sure.
No, you're in the middle of this? Where are you going? Because I want to.
Well, now I don't know, because you just.
I want to go to the chat, because somebody said the issue is not even. This is Jay Varner 77 says the issue is not even candidate quality versus election reform. The issue is grassroots are disorganized, and the consultant class only cares about donors. No, actually, I'm going to tell you something. It's a combo of things. Don't say the grassroots are disorganized. There's no fucking grassroots. There's none of that. There are people who are now cashing in at the top. There are people who think that, and no, I mean, one way or the other, this is Trump's last run, right? And so everybody's scrambling to make as much money as they can off of this right now. They do not care about smaller races. They don't care about, I mean, I'm not even talking Congress. I'm talking like, they don't care about school boards. They don't care about city council. They don't care about any of that stuff. And those people are left out hanging out to dry, and they either have to spend their own money or they lose. And you have to look at these when you look at a city council position or you look at a school board position. These are people who have full-time jobs in addition to trying to run for office, which is a bear to do. There's no support for them. There's nothing coming from the RNC. They don't care about that. They are a money churning machine at the RNC. And you can bring up, and some people say like Scott Presler and stuff. Yeah, he goes around, but like he goes around and talks and he encourages people. That's a thing. But like, I mean, I don't think that's Scott Presler isn't the answer.
It's the voter registration that I think people see
but it's
as
good.
the benefit.
But Scott Presler isn't the answer. He's a mascot. But it's the people in your hometown. If you're upset about grassroots and you're not doing something yourself at home, and I understand that's a huge ask, right? Because everybody works like a 9 to 5 and everybody's like doing a million things. If you're not doing it yourself, it's not going to get done. You're not don't wait for a hero to come. They ain't coming. The RNC ain't coming to help you. The GOP ain't coming. The state GOP in most cases ain't coming to help you because they're busy having cocktail parties. They're busy doing their own thing. You have to build up your own organization. You have to run for office on your own. You have to do your own stuff. And then they'll start to pay attention to you. But even then, like at that point, you should just take over your state GOP or your local GOP. But really, it's like, look, when I went to the Grapevine, talk about grassroots, right? I went to the Grapevine GOP meeting or whatever here where I live. And I was the youngest person there by 20 years. Easy. Not a single person said hello to me. I walk in, I sit down, and I just literally sat there by myself. And I thought it was amazing. And look, I don't want to, I'm not saying that I didn't get attention or whatever, but I'm saying like, imagine that, right? Because they don't give a crap about regular people showing up. The grassroots don't exist. I would even say your local GOP, you're lucky if you have a good active one that's interested in this stuff. But these people are like, it's like when you go to church and like the church choir director or whatever thinks they're a big deal, but like as soon as they leave the church building, they're nobody, right? They have the big attitude. And your church might be different, but back in the day, my church choir director thought he was like a star, right? Because he's singing on stage for Jesus. As soon as he leaves the building, he's a nobody. So like he had attitude as soon as he walked in the building, because that's where they have their power. That's where a lot of these these local GOP groups, how they operate. This is their big thing, right? They show up and they're a big deal. It shouldn't be anything about ego. This isn't about ego. People who want to people who run grassroots, people who are doing these small clubs, they should want to do it. They should hate to do it. They should hate to have to go and do this extra stuff because they realize that the responsibility is on them. And I think a lot of you at home need to realize the responsibility is on you to do this. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. It is up to you to make the difference in your community. It's up to you to start your own grassroots. You can't wait for, there's one Scott Presler that goes around and he's a good mascot for voter registration. He gets people going. Fantastic. But there's one, right? So it ain't happening unless it's you. And don't wait for someone to encourage you. Do it on your own. Do it now. What are you doing tomorrow? I understand people have jobs. People have so many things to do, but you are the person who changes the country. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and so to go off of that point about it has to start with you and it has to start within these communities. If an influencer or media personality is coming into your town and they're registering people in your communities to vote who are not registered to vote, they aren't from your community. They're not engaged in your community. They are somebody that's a literal stranger that is able to come in and be more effective. You need to be knowing your neighbors, knowing the people in your communities, understanding the people who are on local leadership levels, as well as just like start a conversation with people. And I think COVID was super detrimental to this in the fact that people just got very used to antagonizing somebody that doesn't think exactly like them, as well as just not having that sort of human interaction at all. And I think that's the major issue. If somebody's able to come in that's a media personality and do more effective work over the course of a weekend than you have done from living in your communities for 1 to 5 to 20 to 40 years, why is that able to happen? And I do remember my original point as far as the turning point thing and working with influencers. My point is that most people get their news from influencers. Influencer marketing is super effective. Most influencers who are talking about politics have never worked in politics other than being influencers. And so it's an interesting dynamic because you have all of these influencers that they go to conferences, they make content with each other. They are very plugged in as far as talking about politics, like reacting to the news cycle on social media. Most of those people have never done any sort of activism that doesn't involve being on camera. They have not worked behind the scenes on campaigns. They have not interacted with all of the different dynamic types of people and careers that go into the political space that's not just media. And I think that's the major disconnect, is there's not this transparency to people who are getting their news from, whether it's influencers, whether it's headlines of news outlets, whether it's cable news, whatever it may be. The people that are presenting you the news are not pulling back the curtain enough on what happens behind the scenes that has probably more influence on what news you're getting than anything else.
Yes. Thank God I didn't fill in for Sirius tonight. This has been so much fun hanging out with everybody.
I know.
Here.
This has been great.
I mean, I really enjoyed this, guys. By the way, if you are watching, please make sure, just to help us out, make sure that you subscribe or you hit the like button. It's a big help. Again, we're not grifting for money yet, but when we do, we want you around. Now, it just helps us be able to monetize and things.
We do sell no hats. TimYoung.com/store. Let us grift for a second.
Yeah.
Let us grift.
Somebody says Dr. Shiva's helping grassroots movements. He's running in 2024. We're doing stuff locally. Okay, good. That's 2 people. Yeah, I mean, like,
and there are people that do it, but the issue is that, like, I've never heard of that person. That person. Either. So there's a lot of people that get up, and I will say there was one time where somebody, I think in a chat or something, in one of our past streams, somebody, and we talked about this behind the scenes, I don't think we addressed it on the stream, but somebody had commented in some capacity and wrote something along the lines of, I care about the grassroots people, like, and then they listed a bunch of influencers and prominent media personalities.
Yeah, they're nobody.
I'm like, that's not grassroots. That's not what grassroots means. Talking about grassroots does not make you grassroots. It's the same argument that we make when we ask, hey, why are all of these single females, childless females, talking about raising a family?
Yeah.
Why aren't the actual families? Because they're busy. Why are the people doing grassroots work not the influencers? Because they're busy.
Do you know what I did? So 2020, the day before election and election day, do you know what I did? Do you know where I was?
Probably getting me a chocolate croissant.
It was before I knew you.
Oh, on that election? Well, we had midterm.
I was phone banking. I was sitting around calling. I was making phone calls and not saying like, hello, this is Tim Young, blah, blah. No, I was phone banking and making sure we got Republicans out to vote. This is the kind of stuff, like, your influencers are bullshit. That should be our, like, influencers.
That's like part of my job.
I know, but like, I'm tired of the people who say like,
keep these
blue
are your
lights
grassroots.
On. Yeah, well, let's turn them red. Hold on, I can turn them red. There you go.
We need to keep these red lights on, like Biden at that speech.
No, I'm tired of all the talk, and I actually do go do work. You've done it, and it's just very frustrating when people are being misled by a lot of these people.
Well, here's the other issue, and
Yeah.
it goes kind of back to the topic of all of these points that we make being disjointed. On the other side, they're also kind of too connected. So, for example, we're like, we need to win the culture wars. So what's the Republican idea? What's the conservative idea of winning the culture wars? Okay, well, let's just take politics to social media. That's not winning the culture wars. Like talking about like grassroots engagement and everything, like that's amazing. That's great. Talking about election reform, that's great. That's needed. Talking about the news of the day, awesome. That's needed. That is not what it means to be involved in culture.
Yeah.
And I will say this because there's a lot of younger people, a lot of younger influencers and content creators that they say, my thing, my niche is I'm young, so I'm going to reach out to Gen Z, and I talk to Gen Z, and this is all their content. If they say I talk to Gen Z, I talk to Gen Z. This is important to Gen Z. This is important to Gen Z. Gen Z cares about this issue. Blah blah blah. What I see when I see people like that is I see somebody saying that they're talking to Gen Z and talking about Gen Z in third person, which means no. You are not talking to Gen Z. You are talking to the same older Republican class that you claim that you want to push out because it makes money to talk about reaching out to Gen Z.
Yeah.
If I sat here and the entire stream, every point that I made to you was saying, Tim does this and Tim likes this and Tim thinks this, you would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody's doing that,
it would be awful.
If somebody's doing that, they're not talking to Gen Z.
I like how fired up you are about this.
Hey, we shouldn't rename the show. I'm fired up.
No, I don't think so.
No, we could have a really long intro video.
Yeah, that would be.
It's been a while. And
yeah, no,
I'm
never watching. Yeah, we hate watch things. All right, here's the deal. We've been on for 90 minutes tonight, and I think it's been very good.
You hate that time frame.
I do hate that time frame. When you have 90 minutes of downtime, it's the worst. You know this.
I know.
Because you can't get things started, and you can't get things done. I have really enjoyed hanging out. Alex is fired up. I'm fired up. The Trump thing. I want to finish with this. Let's finish on a high. I mean, it's been a high note, right? And I think we go back into. Let me see if I can find the Trump handing it Caitlin Collins her butt tonight, because that was my favorite. It was really my favorite. So I think it's this one. Let's see. To be on a jury, you have to be actual.
Oh no!
You know what I should do? Number one, you know what we should do? Again, guys, we do this on our own. We self-produce, so it's like a whole to do. So here we go.
Happened on that day.
You said you weren't. Say that.
He has testified that, Mr. President.
He did not say that.
But you said you weren't very involved that day. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about that speech that happened on the rally.
Am I allowed to say that?
When they went to the
straight fire, just straight fire from Trump tonight. Just straight fire.
Capitol. And they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers. Why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out.
Have you ever watched somebody's career end on television?
A few times, but this definitely is up at the top.
This is it.
So if you look at...
I need to address a point we haven't made yet.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the audience shot and pause it?
Oh, let me pull it out.
They even didn't. Yeah.
I love that you can tell exactly who. There is one girl
right there. Yeah, that girl.
And she looks exactly like you would picture a person that hates Trump.
Yes.
Just smug. Looks miserable. Looks like she has no personality. Probably has a liberal arts degree.
Yes.
In art or something.
Liberal arts degree. Women's studies.
She came here. She's thinking, who's the girl that did this? I don't even know her name. Who's the girl that you hate?
Caitlin Collins.
Caitlin Collins.
Yeah.
She probably showed up and she's like, I want to be Caitlin Collins when I grew up. And here she's like, never mind.
Yeah, I never want to be. Yeah.
But again, so this is the attitude that they have, is when they are presented with facts that they cannot deny, they shut down.
They do.
She is sitting there. Her arms are crossed. She's looking over to the side. this just went from I control the narrative to, well, whatever I'm hearing right now, I'm above it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a liberal.
Yeah.
And I don't need to put up with this because Trump is a sexist, racist, and I hate him. Bah.
So if you look at on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. This was the day before, and this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior. Okay. I hope everybody's on Truth. If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after, as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there. I am asking, and we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President.
Yeah, and then she starts whining. Like, here's the summary though of the entire day with her. Here's the summary.
You're a nasty person, I'll tell you. Simple thing. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
There you go. You're a nasty person.
What a day, man.
We didn't even know we were going to talk about that until just before we got in here.
No, literally. I was like, we have so much. And then bam, main topic.
It was good though. No, I like this. It was fun. So here's the deal. If you guys have been watching and you enjoy it.
Or if you didn't, we don't care.
It doesn't care. Yeah.
Support us.
Hit the subscribe button, YouTube and Rumble. We're happy to have you both here. But thank you so much, Caesar. Look at that. Or Caesar. Thank you so much, guys. It's so helpful for you guys to do that. And my comedy special is going to be airing on Rumble at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern? Is that where we're going to do it?
I don't know. Do we have a time? Yes.
Yes, it's only 8 p.m. So it's the third
check for links and
the
updates.
third special in comedy special in Rumble's history. First it was Russell Brand, then it was Jim Brewer, the former SNL, and then me. And so it's gonna be really fun. I'm very excited to tell jokes to you guys, and please subscribe and like look Caesar there.
Wow.
You guys are awesome.
Look at that. And also, if you guys tuned in and you missed any part of this and want to listen on your commute to work or to the grocery store or whatever while you're walking, that's when I like to listen to my podcast. We are on audio only platforms as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, the whole shebang, pretty much wherever you get your podcast, we should be there. So check that out as well if you missed any part of this. It is. Do you want to play the outro music?
Oh, yeah.
We got music. We are a professional podcast. Oh, wow.
I've had this theme song for a long time, though. Since I was at the Daily... I've had this theme song since I was at the Daily Caller with Nasty Woman, Caitlin Collins.
Wow. This is a full circle moment.
It is.
Wow. I'm so proud of you.
I have my own theme song. Does she have one? No, she's not going to have a job in a couple of days. They're going to bury her. They're going to totally bury Caitlin Collins after this. Leftists are so upset with her. They're so upset with her terrible... stuff. By the way, Dagna says I was on fire tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Was it Dual Helix?
Everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. And
see you tomorrow.
I'm so glad. Yeah, we're here every night.
9 Eastern time.
We should just move to 8 and take over Tucker's spot. But I guess everybody else is on 8.
We did no research on people's timing, so
yeah, who cares?
We did this based off of our convenience.
I'm glad you're here with us, and thanks for watching. It's been such a great time. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's the Tim Runs His Mouth podcast. Goodbye, everyone.
Are we still live?